Hello, 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 good people. Look, how y'all doing out there with all of that pollen? Do y'all hear my voice? It's the pollen. I'm telling you, y'all, these allergies. Look, but I hope y'all are surviving out there. Let me tell you, I missed y'all last week. I was not here in studio last week, but let me tell you, I've had such an amazing week. Last week on March the 30th, which was my mom's birthday, you all have heard me talk about my mom. She passed in 2015, but every year I celebrate and honor her. And we had a book conference, Love and Legacy, remembering the life of my loved one. And it was amazing. Had host Griff from Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell and prophetess Dr. Joyce Haddon. Most of you all know her as Dietrich Haddon's mom. And look, now I said that was March the 30th, right? So I had to take a little break because I missed y'all on the 31st because I had to rest up. For April the 1st, I had eye surgery. So for those of you all who are joining me here also on Facebook Live, that's what's going on with the eye today. And then yesterday, y'all, look, it was the Girl Get Up Walk. Girl Get Up Walk. I've had my daughter, Whitney Brooks, on here several times, and she has talked about the Girl Get Up movement. And this movement is about women who are suffering from chronic illnesses, autoimmune diseases, and pain. And I am one of those women with sickle cell disease and also with uveitis. And so, yes, look, some have questioned, and I've been receiving messages, hey, people have booked flights to come and be on my television show in a couple of weeks in Atlanta. And they're like, hey, wait, should I cancel? You had eye surgery. But let me tell you, I'm a girl who gets up. No, don't cancel. I'll be there. And let me tell you, y'all, I got a beautiful woman joining me on the line today. And I know that she, too, is a woman who make things happen, y'all. Despite what challenges she may be faced with, she gets up. Mm-hmm. And this woman, y'all, is none other than television host from Clarke TV Network, Miss Anna Linzie from the Anna Linzie Show.
Yes, hello. It's so good to see you again.
It's so good to see you, and thank you so much for being here today.
And thank you for that amazing introductory.
Yes, of course. You are amazing. It couldn't be nothing else but amazing. Look, so Miss Anna, look, I'm so excited to have you here. I know you're so used to being on the other side, right?
That's true. That is true.
Yes. But look, I just wanted to shine some light and love on you today. You're always shining light and love on so many people. You have shined the light on me. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, that in our conversation and our connection is just instant, so much love and sisterhood. So I was like you, totally excited about being here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, look, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, because my name's Anna Linzie. I am a mother of 4 and a grandmother of now 7. Yay.
Congratulations. Them grandbabies, I tell you.
Those grandbabies. I'm also an entrepreneur, as you had mentioned. I am I own my own real estate investment firm. Just throughout life, have known that I have gifts, and just working through life and using those gifts and just maximizing as much as I can, maximizing my life to be the example, one, for my dear children, my family, my children, and then the call that you feel that you have in your life to share what you have, share your strengths, and share who you are.
Yes, and you talk about your gifts, and wanting to leave that for your children. What I hear is love and legacy, y'all. Love and legacy. Yes. Sure. So you have an upcoming, or is it current, stage play that you are part of, The Palace?
The Palace is actually a movie. The stage play is like a derivative of it. It was actually a play. It was called Angel's Palace. and now it is turned into a movie, which is the name of it is Palace.
Wow.
I was just in Atlanta, a couple weeks ago. We had an amazing time doing that play, and the audience connected. Us as actors, as always, we're like an acting family there, and the message got across, and it was very moving and informative. Mainly talking about human trafficking, um, and bringing awareness to that tragedy.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank
That's
you. Thank
awesome.
you.
Look, and you must come back to Atlanta a time when I'm in Atlanta.
I'm hoping. I think we crossed paths a lot.
Yes, we do. We do. Look, and then I'm excited just from the title. You have an upcoming book, From
I
the Hearts
do.
of a Mother. Talk to us about it. What is that about?
The Hearts of a Mother is going to be my first book as an author. I am collaborating with 12 other women, and we are co-authoring this book.
Mm-hmm.
And we're each of us have a chapter in the book, and we will talk about whatever the assignment is basically whatever we have on our heart to share about motherhood, our
Mm-hmm.
stories of triumphs, of success, of trials, anything that we want to share about motherhood that will help others, and inspire others.
Wow. And I'm looking forward to reading the book because,
Yeah.
for a while, I was a single parent,
Mhm.
and of three daughters. And let me tell you, it's not an easy feat, but, as a mom, I find that we do what we have to do. I was working 80 plus hours a week because that's what I had to do,
I agree.
and I know that, you talk about single parenting. So what encouragement can you give to the single parents out there today?
Single parenting is it has all its moving parts to
Mm-hmm.
it. As you say, it has all its moving parts to it. The encouragement that I would give is relax and prioritize. First things first. What's, especially with all of the moving parts, prioritize what is needed and get the kids involved. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
delegate. I do delegate
Yes.
responsibilities, age appropriate
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities, and that's part of learning. That's
Mm-hmm.
part of teaching and training, and making sure that they are developing learning life skills. So
I
uh,
love that. I
yeah.
love that. Get the kids involved. And that's really good, Anna, because a lot of times, we as parents, we're doing everything. And
Mhm.
sometimes, when the kids aren't involved, they feel, neglected. Mom or dad, don't have time for me because they're so busy, because we're trying to do everything. But
Mhm.
if they are of age, involve them, communicate with them, let them know, what we're doing and if
Mhm.
they can be of assistance so they feel like, hey, that is even spending time,
That is,
together,
it
you
is
know.
spending time, quality
Yes.
time, in fact.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You mentioned that you have your own, y'all, her own. Look, we already said she has her own television show. Now she talking about she
Yes.
got her own real estate agency. Talk to us. How
Mhm.
long have you been in business with real estate? And how was it starting up your own firm?
Oh my goodness. I have been in real estate for over 15 years. I mean, maybe pushing like towards 20 years.
Wow.
And yes, I'm so excited. I shared this story before, a little of it, my desires, and how it all started as a little girl. I wasn't, my life, with my family. I've come from a single parent home raised by my mom. And so, I as a child, experienced some of those struggles there. So I would ride my bike, grab a lunch, ride my bike to the rich neighborhood, I guess you would call it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just admire the structures and the homes on the, what is it, the west side of town. I'm thinking that's what it was, the west side of town
Mm-hmm.
then. And I think the seed was planted in my heart then, just because I had admiration, I admired those large homes, the structure, everything about it. Um, Fast forwarding, had an opportunity to invest in some property, and that I was in my 30s then. I think,
Wow.
yeah, I think it was in my 30s of the first time investing in a property. Um, it's pretty much, I would say, self-taught.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say self-taught, but I tried to learn well so that I didn't make very many mistakes. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
self-taught, but I listened and watched a lot of people, and I asked a lot of questions as well, along the way. So since I took on apartments where I've had turned a condemned building or house, it was a house, and turned it into an apartment complex. So I have taken on a few projects there that has really fed my faith and gave me the courage just to continue on. And I absolutely love it. I mean, HGTV is like my favorite,
Wow.
my favorite show to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, been able to build and establish and build my own portfolio, my real estate portfolio.
Wow. Look, so impressive. So impressive. Look, y'all,
Yeah.
y'all better get this woman as a mentor out. I don't know if or when she might have the time to do it, but let me
Yeah.
tell you, I hear mentor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I do. Throughout the years, have had people ask me to mentor them, and I have had a couple training sessions with it.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy doing it because, again, it's not always very easy to. You need a mentor in real
Mm-hmm.
estate. I mean, to be successful and to minimize the mistakes that can happen, I would advise anyone to get a mentor. So
Yes.
I'm always willing to share the knowledge because I know I've had some experiences, don't know everything, but I have some experiences to I
Mm-hmm.
know I can help others.
Wow, that's a blessing. You are a blessing.
Thank you.
Yes. Look, I know you are also CEO and founder at Anna Lindsay Model Workshops.
Mhm.
And you also have your owner at Anna Lindsay Fashions Boutique.
Yes.
And then of course you are a television host of the Anna Lindsay Show on Clarke TV Network. So you have so much going on, Miss Anna. And I want to talk on Clarke TV Network. So, how long have you been a television host and how did you get started?
Okay. As a television, I've been in entertainment field at some level for years, and I was had been approached to do the television, being a television host. And when the idea came to me, or the opportunity came, it was in relation to my real estate.
Wow.
Yes. Do you want to do a show, with your real estate? And it sounded good, and I was definitely interested. However, I felt like the platform was larger than just that one faucet, that one just real estate. So I really felt like could be a bridge to others by giving the opportunity of having people come on and share
Mm-hmm.
their stories. So that's the connection. That was the connection. That was the meaning for me in starting the Anna Lindsay show the way it is now as a lifestyle show. Um, Started a couple years. So I'm really new, still new, and learning a lot with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been so fulfilling, just to be able to hear the stories, bring people on, give them a chance to share who they are and what
Mm-hmm.
and their message. You do it as well. I mean, there's nothing like talking to people
Mm-hmm.
and allowing them to just share who they
Yes.
are, what they do.
Yes. Wow. You are an amazing, phenomenal woman. And I'm just so blessed to have had the opportunity to connect with you and this forever connection that we now
Yes,
have.
yes, for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Our
You
sisterhood.
a sisterhood indeed, and that's what it's all about, y'all. Sisterhood and collaboration,
Mhm.
but Miss Anna, this is reclaiming my life. So, I want to touch on, now you had to overcome fear of
Mhm.
believing in yourself.
Can you
Now
believe
y'all
that?
heard everything we just said, right?
Can you believe that?
Y'all heard everything we just said, right? She had to overcome fear of
Sure.
believing in herself. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, you did, and because you did, and, whatever was blocking you, the insecurities or whatever you were faced with, if you want to share, real quick, that's fine. But I just want to say, hey, you did it to be the successful woman you are today. So, what was it that was, making you feel like, hey, I'm not sure if I can or if I should, or, what was that?
I have to trace it back, Claudia, all the way back to childhood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those things that we encounter growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and those insecurities, they we start picking up different views, and
Mm-hmm.
just the things that we see, and sometimes it's not until later that this is actually what is happening, or what has happened. This is why I'm feeling this way, or this had made me feel this way. Coming from a single parent home, just identity there, the struggle. Why is my dad not here? What's up? What's up with my mom? And seeing my mom, go through the things that she went through, just the made me feel like I needed to step back and I be quiet, reserve. I
Mm-hmm.
went in,
Mm-hmm.
I went
Mm-hmm.
in, and I'm thinking, if I can, just pinpoint, I'm thinking it just all started with that.
Yes.
It started with those thoughts that
Right.
you are to
Right.
think.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you're going to school. And I've told this story before, especially in mentoring the young ladies. I used to suck my two fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I used to suck my two fingers here, which I had protrude. My teeth, they were really bucked. They were
Mm-hmm.
protrude. So, I just went on to physical, my physical appearance,
Mm-hmm.
and feeling, and that was a security within itself,
Mm-hmm.
just fingers, just a vice that I picked up, and I created something else,
Right. Right.
So, the physical appearance there, and of course it started to interfere with my speech, and and then the thoughts play, and even now, I have a little, list when I talk, and I had to separate that. And throughout the years, when the good Lord made himself real to me, and started speaking to my heart, and just really made himself real to me, uh, gave me a new
Mm-hmm.
identity, as he does, and
Mm-hmm.
as well as I do, gives us a new identity, the truth about who we are, and
Yes.
gave me the truth about who I am, and a courage. I think is faith. I mean, one thing that I do know, and I'm sure you're familiar with this term, the gift of faith.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's given me like a special gift of faith.
Yes. Yes.
I can believe for a lot.
Wow. Wow.
Doesn't mean I had to have a lot of material things, but
Exactly.
and that's not, but when it comes to him and my relationship, I can believe for a lot, and I can honestly say that I see it happen.
Wow.
And that relationship, I think, has brought, and pretty much know it has brought me to the levels that I am now. And just watching him move in my life, answer my prayers, and that, it builds your faith. It builds the next thing that you can do. I mean, I came from the projects
Mm-hmm.
of Columbia, Missouri, and I'm now, has built me to where I am now, doing the work. But yeah,
Yes,
that's me.
praise
I think that's
God.
important.
Praise
I think that's
God.
what happened.
Yes, a beautiful testimony, I tell you. Miss Anna, please let our listeners know how can they connect with you.
Yeah, everywhere. Anna Linzie on Instagram, the social medias. Anna Linzie there with Clarke TV Network. AML Fashions with my fashions boutique, online fashion boutique that I use for various reasons. My model workshops, the young ladies that I mentor there, and also because I have a passion for fashion.
Yes, yes. Look, y'all follow Miss Anna Linzie. That's Linzie. Anna
Yeah.
Linzie, y'all. Please follow her and continue to be blessed by all that she does. Anna, thank you so much for being here today on Reclaiming My Life. I appreciate you so much, and I love you, lady.
I
I
love
love
you
you.
too. But yes, I do. Much love, and thank you for having me.
Yes, you are so welcome. And to our listeners today, let me tell you, just listening to Miss Anna Linzie, y'all, the insecurities, the self-esteem, we have people who are struggling with those kind of insecurities and self-esteem today. But look at Miss Linzie, how she reclaimed her life to be the successful woman she is today. So there is hope, y'all. There is hope that you too can reclaim your life. Y'all be blessed, and I love you.
You have just heard Reclaiming My Life with life coach and author Claudia Massey. To get your copy of Amazon's #1 best-selling book, Reclaiming My Life, visit www.contactclaudiamassey.com and tune in each Monday at 12 noon for Reclaiming My Life with television and radio host Claudia Massey on WBTK 1380.